Hello, everyone. This is Lynn, Dream Girl Writer, coming to you today with some thoughts about saying I'm sorry and how difficult that sometimes is for us. And I have been in the process of really making an effort to heal my relationships, especially the long-term ones that have suffered over the years from a rift that happened between myself and that person a long time ago. And I've had some great success. And in two of those very poignant instances, it was mainly because I said I was sorry, just simply said I was sorry without any excuses, without any justifications about the circumstances at the time that put me under the pressure to do what I did to them, to simply say, I'm sorry. And I know a lot of people in this life, and a few in particular, that I have known a long, long time and know in my heart that they want to say, I'm sorry to me for things that they have done. And yet I have yet to hear them say that. And I long for it as much as they do. But I think that they actually suffer from it more than I do. I was in the car today running errands, and I heard John Lennon's song, Jealous Guy, on the radio. And as I recall, if I'm correct in my memory, he wrote that after a breakup with Yoko Ono. And the lyrics in the chorus are, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I made you cry. I'm just a jealous guy. And inadvertently, or should I say, most of the time, we really do not mean to hurt anyone. I mean, even to the smallest incident of coming around a corner and bumping into someone and saying, I'm sorry, to really, saying something cruel or biting or sarcastic that hurts a little child. From one extreme to the other, most of the time, our motivation is not to hurt, but to defend, or, you know, to think that what we say is the truth and we have a right to say it, or we're correcting somebody's perception. And while, our human minds can justify that kind of thing from now until the cows come home, never in my experience, in my 73 years, has that ever made a difference in how bad I feel when I've hurt someone. And so I'm just making this presentation for you today to just put a little reminder in your pause cap, if you will, to just muse upon maybe sometimes where you can go back in your memory and see if there's a person that you feel you hurt without meaning to, or even if you did mean to because you felt justified to say what you said, to go back and search your heart and see if you can get in touch with how wonderful it would feel if you were able to say, I'm sorry. And it could be in some of those instances that maybe that person has never spoken to you since that time, or the rift between you was so, severe that you've never had any further contact, that's probably the ones that you will remember the first, and probably the ones that should be taken care of first. And I've done this a couple times recently with people in my life who have been very dear to me. One is a family member and one is a longtime friend. And I'm here as a witness to tell you that when I did say I was sorry, even though the event took place years and years ago, and even though my mind could have justified that the circumstances under which I did that or hurt them were such that anybody would have done those things. It doesn't matter. When you get to the end of the day, to the end of your life, the only thing that's going to matter is how much love you gave and how much love you were able to receive. And telling somebody you're sorry, even if you never thought before that that would do any good, or you have held back from saying that because you have some other perceived offense about that person, I guarantee you, if you're brave enough to just put yourself in that lion's mouth and say, I'm sorry, there will be great rewards. There have been for me, and I'm really happy that I can share this with you and that I intend to continue doing it. Because what happens when we say, I'm sorry to someone else, is we forgive ourselves as well. And sometimes that comes instantaneously, and sometimes it takes a while, a few moments, a few days, a few years. But your heart will remember those moments more so than any other thing about the incident or any other justification that you may have held on to. What your heart is going to remember is that you were brave enough to be vulnerable and to be willing to love yourself a little bit more and open up your heart to be loved more by others. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.